Boy, I tell you, I need to move to the suburb. I want to move to the suburban, y'all. I'm telling you. New York ain't the same. New York ain't the same. I mean, you starting to see all kind of stuff. I mean, stuff you can't even mention, and you be like, what in the world these young children thinking? And then you got to think about it. You don't know what's happening. You just don't know. Maybe they going through something in their mind. But the thing about it is, it's just you seeing stuff there that when you thought you done seen everything, you done found out you ain't seen nothing. People doing any kind of thing, just taking their clothes off, playing with themselves and carrying on like that. Lord, where the people? Where everybody sit up there and say prayer? Where the prayer people at? Where the prayer people at? What's going on around here? I tell you, that Corona done got everybody messed up. Everybody messed up. I tell you. I sat up there. I said, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. I ain't seen nothing like it. I ain't seen nothing like it. I ain't seen nothing like it. This city, too much going on, y'all. Too much going on. I love New York, but I'm sure, there got to be some kind of places in New York that maybe have the suburban, and it still be New York, but the other secluded, not with all this. Because I tell you, I mean, you in this life, when I was coming up, I ain't never seen nothing like that. People just doing all kind of things right now. Boy, them were the good old days. That's why me and this anime always be talking about the good old days. How it was back then. And then we also talk about how it is now. Sitting up there, sitting outside, talking for hours, just watching people go by and say, "Hey," and then we saying, "Lord, look at him, look at him, look at him." Look at here, look at here, look at here. Boy, I tell you, in the good old days, when we talk and we had to get, signals. Me and this anime got little signals. We be sitting up there talking with folk. We got these little signals. We got signals because we know how to have it going on. You know what I'm saying? So we signal to one another. Where others be blind to the fact when we be sitting up there talking, and we be just throwing down, throwing off. We don't even have to speak in another language, but we be just throwing a hint and look at each other, and hey, we knew what we were talking about. But I tell you, I went out there today. I was so glad to get back in. I didn't know what to do. I was so glad to get back in. I didn't know what to do. Boy, I tell you, I love sitting by this window because you can see about everything going on. Boy, you sure can see. Mm-hmm. Boy, I tell you, I said, my goodness. I said, we got to work with these young people. We got to work with these young people. What is going on? Things are so different than what it was before. People so big enough, bad enough, doing all kind of stuff. Not thinking, not thinking, not thinking. And no shame to their game, neither. My goodness, my goodness. To come think of it, it didn't have to be like she had a mental problem. She could have been on that hard stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. But boy, I tell you, Miss Anime talking about I got saved on her. But I tell you, nowadays we need Jesus. I tell you. Sometimes I go back in my mind at times and I start thinking, hey, you know what I mean? Then I have to say, up, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. That's just a suggestion. You know what I'm saying? Boy, look at here. Boy, but I be trying. I be trying. I tell you, I be trying. But I tell you, sometimes people will try to take you there. And sometimes you can't even say nothing. Just look at them. Just look at them. Boy, I tell you. But I was just saying, my goodness, my goodness. I tell you, everything opening back up, children going back to school. We got to pray, people. We got to pray now. We gotta pray. Everybody trying to get the things to go back to normal like it usually was, like it was. When the change comes, we gotta go with the change. We gotta go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? We gotta learn how to adapt. Just like a chameleon. A chameleon could change colors. You wouldn't even know it's a chameleon until you see it because it like to change colors. You know what I'm saying? Some people are like that too. We got lizards out here. We got snakes out here. We got alligators out here. We got all type of folk. Some kind of spirit you can see in them. Well, I tell you. Boy, look at here, look at here. Sometimes you be like, woo, Lord, what is this? Mm, mm. But I tell you, me and Miss Anime, boy, we always hung out, but we ain't been hanging out since Corona came out. Ain't nowhere to go. Now it's like they're opening things back up and everything seems like it's going as normal. But you still got to be careful, people. You still got to be careful. You got to wear that mask, social distance yourself. Don't be hard-headed now. Don't be hard-headed. Boy, look at here, look at here. That's why I'm glad they got this thing going on right here. With the church, you go to church 24 hours a day. Well, I tell you, we sure need it now. We sure need it. My goodness. But we got to sit up there and still have learn how to have fun and have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Got to learn how to have a good time. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. There was something I was getting ready to say, and already I don't forgot it. I forgot what I was getting ready to say.